Hello YouTube, Robert Alvarez the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting and a Fan. Right now the time is approximately 10:12 p.m. and the current date is Monday, September 2nd, 2019. It is Labor Day in the United States. I still do not know which other countries celebrate Labor Day. The sun is in Virgo and the moon, I believe, is either still in Libra or in Scorpio. I honestly do not remember, and I have not thought to check, which is so bad of me. In case you're wondering, I did not go away today. Growing up, we never really went away for like long weekends or to the beach for Labor Day. I don't feel like I was missing out on anything. We just didn't do it, and that's all there is to that. But I've had a very relaxing day. I have eaten like a king. I didn't take a nap today. I thought for sure there was going to be at least one nap, but no. I had a temporary, wasn't temporary, I had a cleaning binge for about 20 minutes, and I've spent time sending broadcast emails and replying to emails and working on blog posts, and I've been very happy. I've drunk plenty of water. I have been sitting, I've been walking, I have been just very happy. So please know that I did not tax myself in any way, shape, or form today. Also, you know, for a number of years I worked in retail, so I'm not accustomed to doing very little or nothing at all on Labor Day. In fact, in spite of the fact that it's been several years since I've worked in retail, like I said, I don't remember the last time I did nothing on a Labor Day. And that's fine. But please know I have had a beautiful day. There have been some lovely surprises today. There have been some delightful things happening today. So I'm really happy. But in the meantime, the focus of this video is the August 2019 entry of Llewellyn's 2019 Tarot Calendar. And I'm going to have my awesome audiovisual person do a close-up. And I, believe it or not, I still do not have the 2020 edition. I mean, that's how, and I know why. The fact of the matter is that I've been catching up on a lot of things. As I may have mentioned in at least 2 of my previous videos, September through December is the busiest time of the year for me regarding my professional psychic practice. And now that I have resumed using a lot of different metaphysical methods and sacred tools to create, manifest, and maintain divine prosperity, it's looking like I'm going to be continuously busy and booked up super fast between now and February 2020. And that's with time off. That's like with, you know, sacred solitude sojourns and personal days and all those other juicy things. So I do not doubt that if you want to avail yourself of my psychic services, this is the time to do it. I cannot over-recommend living with multiple cats. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm going to say that's also a clear and evident sign that if you have not been following your divine guidance to avail yourselves of my psychic services, this is the time, and yes, the time is now. So I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. I love saying it like a New Yorker, coffee. Not coffee. And in case you're wondering, this is not Café Bustelo. This is a combination of 3 different kinds of coffees. El Dorado, Maxwell House French Roast, and a Puerto Rican espresso called Rico Rico, to which I added my Cash Coffee ingredients. Thank you again, Patricia Telesco. Allspice, cinnamon, and ginger. And I also added a combination of light cream and a product that my awesome audiovisual person found yesterday, Sunday, September 1st, 2019, at a local Walgreens in my area. It was Dunkin' Donuts brand Vanilla Extra Extra. I have this look on my face because extra has become a term often used with people of color. And basically extra means like you're too much, you're over the top, you're being too dramatic, they should put you on a telenovela because that's where you belong. So when I saw vanilla extra extra, I was just like, oh my Lord, if I roll my eyes anymore, I'm gonna roll through the floor of this building. But it's made with real cream and real vanilla, and it tastes so good. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, there's only one kind of coffee that I serve at Sheikh Albert, and that's multi-orgasmic coffee. If you are in my home and you have not had at least 3 food orgasms from my coffee, then clearly I made you some fucked up coffee. So be prepared to have several food orgasms if you ever come to my home for coffee. Or if I come to yours, you never know. With that being said, we're going to talk about the Two of Pentacles. We're going to talk about the symbol, one of the many symbols in the Two of Pentacles, from the Mystical Tarot, by the way. I'm going to read the blurbs that the Barbara Moore wrote about the Two of Pentacles, about the specific symbol, a tip, and a blurb called Holding It Together. And I'm going to just take a quick look and see, because the Mystical Tarot sounds vaguely familiar to me, and I know that I've seen it before, like their catalog and whatnot. You know what, I'm going to make my life easier. I'll put the specific information in the description box. Okay, so I'm going to have my awesome audiovisual person do a close-up of the Two of Pentacles from the Mystical Tarot. Thank you. And the twos show how we face choices. By the way, after this video, I'm going to do another video where I smack the shit out of my awesome audiovisual person. Like I was saying, according to the Barbara Moore, the twos show how we face choices. The energy of the suits shapes how decisions are approached. We can select one of 2 options, decide not to choose, combine 2 opposing ideas, or try to balance everything. Now, in the numerology of the Sacred Tarot, 2s represent partnerships. So I've often looked at the Two of Pentacles as either a primarily sexual relationship, what is commonly called friends with benefits, or FWB for short, or a relationship that is primarily business or professional, where one is investing time and especially money in what the other person is offering. So let's say for example that you're an artist and you go to an event and there's somebody there who loves what you do, loves your artistry, loves your sense of style, loves your energy, and wants to help you and basically become what I would call your blessed benefactor. So you meet with this person, let's say twice a week, they treat you to lunch, they ask you to provide them with a list of expenses that you need, whether it's, let's say that you are a multimedia artist, so clay, sculpting tools, brushes, paints, etc. Or let's say that you are somebody who works in clothing design or accessory design. It would be fabrics, sewing machines, serger machines, of the like. You know, let's say that you're a professional psychic, such as, I don't know, yours truly, Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch. And let's say that I go to an event, and let's say that it's a charity event, and I'm donating some of my time and energy to raise funds for this charitable organization, and somebody comes to have a reading with me. They're very impressed by my skills, by my accuracy, they love my energy, they love my sense of style, and they want to become my blessed benefactor. And they basically say, okay, provide me with a list of all of your expenses, I'll take care of them, and do you need money for this, do you need money for that, and that kind of thing. And there you have it. So I tend to look at twos like these are the partnerships that you're either considering, you're experiencing, and of course it also depends on the surrounding cards. And as those of you who've had readings with me before know, I do channel a lot of my readings. So there may be things that I say about those cards that one may not even find in a book. But with that being said, notice that this individual is balancing one foot on what looks like a top without a spinner. So there is this magical dance, this magical balancing act with regards to option A, option B, or options A and B. Or this situation leads to this outcome, this situation leads to this outcome. Which one is going to empower me more? Which one is going to make me happier in the short term and the long term? And because it is a Pentacles card, which is the one that's going to bring me more financial prosperity in the short term and or the long term? Which one is going to increase my overall complete health and well-being, especially my physical longevity? Okay, now I'm going to go to the boot symbol. Boots are not flexible, but they move with the ocean, rising and falling with the waves. They have to work with the wind to progress. They remind us that fluidity is necessary for balance. And it's so ironic that I'm reading this now because I happen to love boots. I happen to love Western boots. I have 2 pairs of Western boots. One I have not worn in far too long. One I wear fairly often. And I also have 2 pairs of dressy boots with zippers on the sides, as well as a pair of chukka boots, and I have a pair of I call them shoe boots. It's like a Western boot, only just the shoe part. I know that some people call them Cuban heels, but Cuban heels have laces. These do not have laces. But for these pairs of boots, I definitely need comfort insoles, gel insoles. And I have reminded my awesome audiovisual person to make a note of that for me as well. Right? Right? He's nodding his head. Took him a while, but you know. So, and you know, now that I think about it, boots really aren't flexible. They are usually made of a very sturdy material that does not bend, that is very sturdy, very strong, very thick. And they need to be, especially if you're keeping your feet warm in boots. Holding it together. I love this. This is going to really resonate with a lot of us. Life can get hectic, requiring us to handle so many details. Work, health, home, children, relationships, spiritual practices, education. While crafting a calm life is often our goal, there can be times when we feel like we have no choice except to juggle plates and balance on a spinning top. I don't know about you, but I would not juggle the plates. I would throw them against the wall. I'd throw them against the door. I'd throw them on the floor. Maybe it's the Cuban in me, or maybe it's the fact that my tolerance for stupidity and ignorance is virtually non-existent. But I'd be like, Florida! Yeah. Isis. 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 Is there a problem? Do you want to be in the video? Why do I even bother? I might as well be talking to a wall. Hello, wall. How are you? That's my Jim Norton. No. Jim Norton. Ed Norton impression. If that is truly the case, then the lesson in this card is to remain flexible and focused. Focused, yes. Flexible, I can be flexible, but let's just say that my flexibility has been tested lately, and my desire and willingness to be flexible has waned. Assault is still against the law, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. I did check before the video. I check a lot. Some people think I check because I want to check. No, people ask me. Alright, that's not true. I check for myself. With so many moving parts, adjustments can be required if there are even tiny changes in the situation. Girl, don't get me started. Adapt accordingly to keep everything flowing. Wouldn't a Glock 9 mil work better? I think it would, but they didn't consult me. They don't consult me on these things, I'm telling you. Okay, seriously. Too often we just think we need to do all the things, but really, what would serve us best is to make choices. Amen. Identify core values and decide if everything that is sapping your energy and time is absolutely necessary. Okay, I'm going to read this again because we really need to hear this. Too often we just think we need to do all the things, but really what would serve us best is to make choices. Identify core values and decide if everything that is sapping your energy and time is absolutely necessary. Maybe it's not. Probably it's not. Prioritize and eliminate those things and those people that do not serve your best self. Again, amen. Tip. One easy way to start learning nuances in meaning. I love this. One easy way to start learning nuances in meaning is to compare cards that share a similar theme and identify the similarities and differences. For example, you could look at all the twos and learn about different ways of handling choices. The twos also illustrate balance, as does temperance. Pull out your two of pentacles and your temperance. Compare how they are similar and then detail how they differ. You can also compare cards. You can also compare cards that share symbols. The Magician, Strength, and the Two of Pentacles usually have infinity signs, or the lemniscate. And you can see the lemniscate over here with the opposing two pentacles. You can also compare cards that share symbols. The Magician, Strength, and the Two of Pentacles usually have infinity signs. How is that energy used in each card? And I'm also going to add those of us who have a lot of tarot decks. Absolutely. And I'm going to do this as well. I'm actually going to do this in a future video, and I'm going to write this down to make sure that I do this. Take a few of the tarot decks that you use most often, or the tarot decks that you have not used in a long time. And using this example, thank you Barbara Moore, pull out the twos and the temperance card, pull out the Magician and the Strength card, pull out all the twos, pull out the High Priestess card, as in Trump 2 of the Major Arcana of the Sacred Tarot, and also look at the similarities. You know, in most of the Rider-Waite-Smith inspired and Rider-Waite-Smith clone tarot decks, you will see lunar imagery on the High Priestess card. You'll usually see one person on the two cards, which is ironic considering that in a lot of systems of numerology, including the system of numerology that corresponds to the tarot, twos are partnership cards, as in two people. You know, like the Lover's card usually has two people. And an angel, not so much a person, but a being. But I would say do this, and if you do this, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear what your experiences have been. I would love to hear what inspired you, what surprised you, what reminded you of something that you had forgotten for a long time. And as always, YouTube, thank you so much for honoring who I am and what I do. I wish all of you many blessings. Thank you in advance for the likes. Thank you in advance for the shares. Thank you for sharing on the social media platforms that you use and that I use, and the social media platforms that you use and I no longer use. And of course, thank you so much for all the beauty, all the power, all the strength, and all the sacredness that you bring into my life and into the lives of everyone with whom you come into contact. I wish all of you many blessings of tarot, of divination, of oracular insights, and of delightful dreams. And good night.